Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Um, Hopefully I can get doing these vlogs more regularly, but now that I'm basically almost done with school, just have my two finals tomorrow and then a final on Tuesday, and I'm done. So with this semester, so looking forward to ending that off. And what I'm having tonight on Mark's request is a black and mild wine. I haven't had these in a while, so figured I'd give them a go again. If I can get this thing open. There's a pull tab on it. I swear I'm smart, you just can't prove it. That's one of my favorite lines. It's a shame that I didn't come up with it. And I'm smoking the tip version, and it's a wood tip. I don't really like the plastic tips. So I thought I'd talk about. I just had a date on Saturday with my girlfriend. We spent the day together. We went to the local seafood place. That's really good. If you I don't know if you're in the area, if you're in the New England area or in Massachusetts or kind of the coast of Massachusetts at all. A restaurant that I highly recommend to you is Woodman's. It's one of my favorite restaurants to go to. I love it. It's up in Essex. So I took her there, and we had a good time there, good food, and then we came home, and she had her first cigar. We had Gurkha Cellar Reserve 15 year, and she liked it. And she really liked the cigars from what she tells me, so she's looking forward to smoking another one with me. So I got really lucky. I found a girlfriend that likes cigars and likes to smoke, so good for me. So yeah, that was very fun. We watched a couple movies. I watched Sweeney Todd for the first time, which was really good. I really enjoyed that movie. And what else did we watch? And then she watched Religulous for the first time, which was pretty good. I love that movie. Um, but yeah, that's basically how the weekend went. I hung out with my cousins on Friday with her. She met my cousins, and that was fun. Because we're basically with her and me and my cousins. We're basically a collection of atheists. um, so yeah, it was kind of interesting too because I have this problem with cluster headaches. One of the funniest things happened. I was having one, so I just kept taking painkiller until it finally went away. And by the time it went away, I had taken 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, 500 milligrams of acetaminophen, and 500 milligrams of aspirin. And the headache went away. But and part of the reason why there was such also a delay in the vlog is the problems with those headaches is basically if I have them towards the end of the night, I'm basically done for the day. So I'm basically not getting out of bed, or I'm taking a very long nap. And that kind of gets in the way of making videos and stuff. So cluster headaches are a pain. But yeah, it was kind of funny for that to happen. And then yeah, just kind of tooled around all weekend. Yeah. So and then yeah, I'm working more hours at Sports Authority still. Just to save up for the ski trip, which should be interesting. Now we could potentially have 4 skiers, 4 to 6 skiers, with me. So it'd be quite interesting because we basically have like 3 beginners and 3 advanced skiers. Which will be very interesting. Well, but it makes it good because sometimes I can drag the other 2 guys who can really ski off with me to if we have 6, if we have 2, then there'll be 2 advanced skiers and 2 novice skiers. So should be kind of fun to drag the The good thing about having 2 of each is that the novice skiers can kind of keep themselves company if we want to jet out on just a quick run, which usually our runs are quick. Even if we're going to the top of the mountain, the chairlift ride takes longer than the time it takes to get down. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. But now let me get on to reading your comments, and I just saw these comments on my Tennis Obsessed channel. So I just poked my head in on it. Mark, you left a comment saying more, let's have more. I plan on doing more as soon as I get the time, and I want to get a GoPro mount for the fences so that way I can videotape some of my play. And then Rory, you say, on my lesson with the USTA 5.0 player, he says, with whom are you playing and with what racket? So that was during the summer when I was playing with my coach. I was getting a lesson from my coach during that time, and it was a time where I was trying out new rackets because I didn't know which one I would switch to, and it would become my racket of choice. So I was trying out actually his racket. I thought maybe I'd switch to that racket. I didn't end up switching to that racket mostly because it didn't have enough heft. It didn't weigh enough for me. I didn't have a high enough swing weight to where I usually like it. Usually, like I said, I like a swing weight right up around 330, a little bit above 330. So, or mid 330s, right around there. And that swing weight was down around 325, 320. So it felt a little, and plus paired with, I think it was like 10.6 ounces and an even balance. I actually like my rackets all headlight, probably just right around the 12 ounce range, and right a swing weight probably around the mid 330s. This racket had a swing weight around in the 320s, probably mid 320s. And then it also had an even balance, which means balanced right in the center of the racket. And then it also had probably around 10.6 ounces. So it was not kind of my spec. I kind of felt like I could whip that thing through contact really quick, but it just didn't have the plow through that I'm used to. So I kind of prefer the heavier racket that I got, which I switched to, that I absolutely love. So, yeah, that was the story of that racket. And then Rory. Rory, from his Just a Few Cats channel, said, meow, 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 meow. I said I'd read everything. You know, one person who's glad to see you still alive, and for his sake, we are too. You just about went stark raving mad when there was no video vlogs for days from you. Nearly had a panic attack that sent him to the ER. Your friends had Just a Few Cats. War with the world. Rory left another comment. He says, I can't begin to tell you how relieved and overjoyed I was to finally see a new vlog from you. I was starting to get a little worried there, but your kind email assured me that things were okay, just busy and technical issues with uploading, which I'm glad. That's all it was. School and working longer will kind of throw a wrench into the daily activities sometimes, but I count myself among those very happy to see you back. Thank you so much. I'm hoping that won't happen again anytime soon. The week kind of got it was one of those weeks where it was easier than, well, the week itself wasn't easier. Believe it or not, I recorded that vlog on Tuesday, and I had to render it because I had to use my own software. I couldn't just use the YouTube uploader that would upload directly from the webcam, which is what I usually did for these vlogs. So I had to record my own video, and then I had to render it, and I decided to stupidly render it in 1080p at 60 frames per second, which for an hour video takes on this laptop, because this laptop is the only one with a webcam. As soon as I get a webcam for this computer, then things will change, but yeah, it took like 6 hours, and then it crashed, and then I had to do it again. So I was just not happy. It just took forever. So yeah, that's kind of how it went. Now, I won't hopefully be doing that again, and the only reason why I couldn't upload directly from this footage was because I did want to edit in the rackets, and because of that, it took 6 hours. As for that pipes you're smoking, I don't think I will ever be used to seeing you smoke a pipe as I am a cigar, but hey, if it makes you more relaxed to smoke one when you don't have any cigars on hand, then by all means fire up the briar. But to me, you'll always be the cigar guy, Wyatt. That's fine. I mean, like I said, smoking while I'm doing a vlog, smoking a pipe while doing a vlog is not particularly fun. But it is more relaxing than not having one. Now that racket of yours has arrived, and may I say that's a nice looking one. As you ready yourself to do battle on the court with Banana Boy. May have the newer model, but you are the master Obi-Wan. So I hope he is ready to get the ever living love beat out of him. So do you play on outside courts until it gets too cold or snows? Basically. I do get indoor courts, which I think is the second part of the statement. Then what? The season is over? No, we enter what's called indoor season, which there's indoor courts which we rent. We just like to stay outdoors because it's the cheapest way to do it. Because since we don't have to rent the courts, it's really quick to just uh, uh, I can speak. It's really just so outdoor courts are free, so we try to stay outdoors as long as we possibly can until it gets too cold, and then we have to pay for indoor courts, and that's when we hit indoor season. I hope all goes well for your finals this coming week. Man, it sounds like you still have a long road ahead of you before you don that robe and cap. I hope I'm still around to see it accomplished. Hopefully you'll still be around. It should only be a couple more years, hopefully. So then, is this where we chant, us viewers, why's got a girlfriend, why's got a girlfriend? Hello, congratulations, this is So Sun. Again, did I fail to hear something in a past vlog recently after last date encounter kind of fizzled? No. The get together from, so my friend that came back recently moved back here. That's who I'm dating. So she is yeah. So the one that I plan on hanging out with and soon smoking with, that's her, and that's who I'm dating now, and she likes cigars. So I'm in the green in that regard. Hope that all goes well for you, and you're gonna bring her aboard for a smoke vlog. Yeah, I'd love to get her on these vlogs. Just convincing her to get in front of a camera. That would be interesting to see. Oh, and why? You're still going back and forth looking at us with some pretty bizarre looks in between answering comments and moving on to the next one. I had to do it. um, do you ever go back and look at those? Not really. The good thing about these vlogs is I kind of do them in one take, and that's how they are. I really wonder what's going on inside that head of yours when you make such a wide variety of facial expressions. I swear one of these days, if I ever figure out a way to get some editing for my videos, I'm gonna do one of you with a comment bubble right over your head, and I swear I'm going to do it. But on the plus side, I still think you're a cool guy. Thank you so much. Um, so when will you begin this 3 days off thing? In January. As soon. Oh wait, 3 days off for school as soon as the next semester starts, which is not until like the 28th of January. So I got about the month of January off. After the New Year, yeah. And then my 3 day vacation is in January. It's probably I think it's like the 15th we start. Yeah, we're going from the 15th to 18th of January. I'm planning on watching the Democratic debate tonight, so I apologize. This is way shorter than my usual long-winded comment. It's fine. But I want to get in the question of the vlog before I wrap up this. You asked, what cigar are you looking forward to trying the most but haven't tried yet? Oh gosh, that's really hard considering I haven't had that many. I would like to try one of those Blanco 9s you're so in love with. I'd kind of like to see what you see in it, just as you did with the Romeo by Romeo and Juliet. So if I can get a Blanco 9, I'll give that a shot and try to give you my honest take on it. Yeah, especially if you can get the Lancero version of it. You'd have to order it from Blanco Cigars. That's probably the best place to get them, or Atlantic. They have them too. But yeah, they're actually not that expensive, so they're actually a pretty good deal. And in the future, if you're gonna smoke a pipe, try not to blow too hard into the bowl. Otherwise, you will wind up setting your pants and perhaps you on fire. I've been there, done that. There's an Epic Math Science. As soon as I'm out of school, Epic Math Science will, or as soon as I'm out of this semester, hopefully Epic Math Science will start being able to come out again some more. And a couple episodes, one episode after this, there's an episode where I got set on fire. So I've been set on fire, been there, done that. I know you're blowing this a cigar after you light it, but what do I know? I've never smoked a pipe, and you have, so disregard that comment. Yeah, I kind of blew just a little too hard into that bowl. I kind of just did it to make sure like the bowl was completely lit, sort of like how you do with a cigar. But oops. Great to have you back here. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be able to be back and do one of these. Hopefully there won't be another issue with uploading again next time. I know all too well how frustrating that is. Well, until the next one, sir, remember to savor and love your smoke. Rory. Thank you, Rory, for your comment. And Mark, I think I'm just about done with this. And I figured, Mark, you also mentioned this, but Rory, I know that you like these too. I figured I'd pick these up. Wait. At least from what I remember. This is a Swisher Sweet. Which, now that I think about it, I actually prefer over the Black and Mild ones. Okay, now, Mark, you left a question on my last vlog. He said, "He is alive. Welcome back, busy boy. You even had me wondering where you had been. But you explained to us the situation so I could forgive you, but at least you had a valid reason, and that is good enough for me. So you're trying out some new software with the vlogs, and there's a delay mode." Yeah, very small delay mode. It's getting better in this, but it's still a little interesting to see. It's like a half-second delay. You think that's what's putting off your game? A focus from the camera, a little. Wow, I can't read tonight. That may be, but you still have the moves and those looks you give us, especially when you move your eye to focus from camera to camera in between reading the comments. So you decided to smoke you'd smoke a pipe instead of a gas station cigar, huh? Yeah. I'd rather have seen you smoke a Swisher or a Black and Mild as to the pipe, since you are again out of quality sticks. That's why I'm smoking the Swisher Sweets and the Black and Milds tonight. But your vlog, your smoke, and it sounds like you better do some laundry soon, or otherwise you won't have such nice hand-me-downs to burn up from blowing hot ash. Oh no! From blowing hot ash on when you try and get your fire going when you smoke a pipe. That's certainly a new way of describing a hot crotch. Question: since you do smoke a pipe occasionally, do you prefer a straight or bent pipe? Very, very slightly bent. Yeah, I don't like the big, giant bend in the pipe, and I don't particularly like straight pipes, but I like the very, very slight bend to this pipe. But being a straight man, it must be hard for you to get bent. Oh, sorry for the bad pun, but that's my version of a Romeo zinger. I'll just why not have any clean black shirts to wear in his vlogs. Maybe he better invest in a few more black ones. Well, college boy, enjoy the school days, as the long road ahead of you is just the beginning, and with staring at three and a half more years to go, 2 majors or not, you have a long way to go, and a short time to get there. To quote that Jerry Reed song from Smokey and the Bandit, a movie you're probably not familiar with due to your young age. I've heard of Smokey and the Bandit. I've never gotten the opportunity to watch it. I'll have to add that to my long list of movies that I need to watch. So I guess this is where I say congrats on bagging your girlfriend. Thank you. I hope she's cool with all the things that make Wyatt the special guy he is. Things like your amazing long hair, your tats, the piercings we have yet to see, the cigar smoking, good looks, no homo, interest in goth, sense of humor, love of tennis, countless YouTube videos. Did I leave anything out? She's actually cool with all of that. She really likes the long hair. She really likes it black. She really likes the goth. She really likes my interest in goth. She enjoyed the cigar smoking, so she wants to smoke more with me. She really enjoyed seeing me play tennis. So I'm very, very lucky. And she watches my YouTube videos. She'll probably watch this vlog. So, hi for embarrassing you. I'm such a weirdo. I'm happy for you. We should be joining you on the ski outing. I hope she does. She'll have to learn to ski, but that could be arranged. Well, you seem to be pretty pleased with your racket, but to be honest, I couldn't tell them apart. Oh, so the racket I got, I can see the confusion. The racket that I got was this one in the middle. So, this is just a collector's racket. I don't actually play with this one except for fun. The racket that I do play competitively with is this one. Now, this is the same model year as the other racket that I showed you in that picture. Just one of them was his. He chose that one model of this from this line of rackets, and I chose this one. Now, he has the newer model of this racket. Now, the newer model of this racket came out in 2014, which, but we have the same. He has this. This is kind of like the fun fooling around racket for me, and the newer model of this is the fun fooling around racket for him. Now, our actual match rackets, the ones we play competitively with, are the ones that I showed you in those pictures. And those ones we play competitively with, and they're actually the same model year, if you can think of it that way. So I don't have the older model of his racket. I have the older model of his fooling around racket, which is that one over there. This one came out around at the same time as his did, or like a year before his did. But they're amongst the same generation of these rackets, which is why they look the same. I hope that kind of clears some things up. So yeah, you really can't tell them apart. Besides, the only way that you can tell them really apart is like when they say this says RF 97, and then his says just 97S. And also the trim on mine is silver. The W is silver, and this is silver right down here, and the W is silver up here. His is gold, so that's the only really way you can tell. So that kind of explains. They're kind of hard to tell apart from a distance. Yeah, you may have the newer model, but aren't you supposed to be the teacher and know the tricks a little bit better? Sounds like he's been giving you a pretty good beating the last few times you played. So how I describe my game versus how I describe his game is I have more finesse in my game, in that I'm very much more technical with my shots. My shots are more by the book, versus his is a little bit more unorthodox, and so I have more finesse in my game. Like I have more touch, more feel for the ball. But he is very, very athletic. Like he is ripped and he's fast and he gets a lot of balls back. He's very unorthodox, by the way, in getting them back, but he hits hard. So he's more of a power player and more of a just gonna run you to, keep running until I can't run anymore. Versus me, I'm more touch, finesse. I beat you with placement. I beat you with technique, versus he beats you with a lot of power and speed and getting the ball back. So it's basically like skill versus raw power. Or not. He has somewhat good technique. More than he had initially, but it is more of a battle between skill and power. So that's kind of how I kind of describe when I play him. And right now, I just can't keep up with him in terms of how many balls he gets back and I end up play. Or when I am winning, I have won a couple times recently against him in shotgun games and stuff. But I found that the only way I can do that is if I can be aggressive, but I'm more of aggressive. You can be aggressive with power, or you can be aggressive with placement and taking an aggressive position on the court. You can be aggressive from just pure the baseline by just hitting hard, or you can take a very aggressive stance on the court or position on the court. If you come to the net, that is the most aggressive position on the court you can take, because the ball is going to obviously come to you. You're going to get the ball quicker, so you take time away from the person. So, and it allows you to use placement more effectively if you come to the net, and it's much more of an aggressive stance. So either that, or I'll try to move the ball more aggressively. So I'll move the ball side to side, or I'll pick on one spot aggressively, and keep picking on it using placement, and until he screws up in that shot. But so I find that the only way that I've beaten him recently is just playing out of my mind aggressive, like moving the ball as much as I possibly can, coming to the net like a lot. So, and so it is a battle of basically skill versus power. So that's kind of how it goes. Unless I'm really, really aggressive, I don't win. So, and it's always, I'm aggressive on the average, but I always have to remind myself to be that, take it up a whole nother level in terms of how aggressive I need to be to win. So I kind of fall into that slump of complacency almost, of, because we'll have good rallies if I'm just being normally aggressive. We'll have good rallies, and the problem is having good rallies can make you feel complacent because you think you're playing out good points. The only problem is you're not winning a lot of them. So I kind of fall into that complacency where I am not playing, not doing what I need to, not playing as aggressive as I need to win. So I always need to remind myself to do that. Ever heard of a humidipack? No, I haven't. Are they like the Ziploc baggies that the cigars come in, with like a bowl with a pack inside? If so, I've heard of those, and I do know cigars companies ship those. I haven't had a chance to do any real research on any other cigars that come in those. Oh, wait, skip the whole part of the comment. There's a Dylan Lowell. Oops. I think that's how he spells his name. Did a video on premium cigars coming in 2-packs. In 2-pack, I think it was, sealed in a humidipack. I haven't had a chance to do any real research on any other cigars that come in those, but he said that they are especially good if you want to travel with them. That would be something good for people who don't smoke daily, but want to have something on hand when they have the desire when the desire strikes. I think that pretty much touches on most of what you shared in your vlog. Other than the problems with your truck and why you sold it as cheaply as you did, and your driving record and not getting a ticket for doing that California roll, I think you called it. Yeah, it's either called like the Massachusetts roll or the California roll, because I think that's just a slang term for it. I think we were all guilty of that form from time to time. California drivers are no exception. But if you ever get asked to teach a driver's ed course, stick to the classroom beginner instruction and leave the road train to another teacher whose driving habits wouldn't rub off on a beginner driver's. I don't know. Maybe if my driving habits did rub off on a beginner driver, it would be good. Just because there's such thing as going too slow on the road. And some beginner drivers don't get that. Like my sister, who drives perpetually 10 miles under the speed limit, no matter what that speed limit is. So in the 30 zone, she's going 20, which can be quite annoying. But yeah, that's the only time. I have usually a very long fuse and a lot of patience. The only time my patience gets really short is when I'm in the car and I'm driving behind somebody who's driving slow. So I'm a little bit guilty of that. And now on to the question of the vlog. What cigar would I most like to try but that I haven't? Well, you already know that I have not smoked a great many of the two well-known popular brands as of yet, but I think I would like to try the Alec Bradley Black Market, which I may do over Christmas. We'll see. But it is one on my list to try along with the Gurkha cigars at some point. Much like your graduation, it's something that you hope to accomplish at some point. Yeah, Gurkha cigars. The right Gurkha cigars are good cigars. Like the Cellar Reserve is good. I like the Black Dragon. I like the Ghost. The Red Witch is good. The Grand Reserva is good. But some really drop off. Yeah, Gurkha has the widest range of widest price range of cigars, and also the widest range of quality of cigars I've found. You can get Gurkha cigars that are absolute winners, like I said, like those cigars that I mentioned, but there's also a lot of absolute losers, like I believe the Typhoon and a few others along that line. So that are basically flavorless, like they're so just keep yeah, but that's up to you to decide. So give them a go. So hopefully we'll see you prior to Christmas. If not, maybe a merry and bright one, unless you want it to be a merry and dark one. Either way, until the next mistletoe, enjoy the remaining days of the Yule. Good luck with your Christmas shopping, Mark. Thank you, Mark. So let's see. The cigars that I'm most looking forward to trying, but I haven't. Oh. So there's a couple. One is the Padron family. Wait, what is it? It's on my ashtray. I'm googling it. Family. There's the Padron Family Reserve. I think it's the 50. I think it's the 50, I believe. Yeah, it's a Padron Family Reserve 50 year that I'm looking forward to try in natural. And then I'm also looking forward to, but I don't know if I'll ever get the opportunity to try this one. I want to try the Gurkha His Majesty's Reserve. For a while, it held the title of the world's most expensive cigar. I want to give it a go just to see what the hype was about it. I know that it's probably going to be very, very overhyped. But I also just want to try it just to give it a go, just because I'm curious. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that. And now on to the question of today's vlog. Where is your preferred smoking location? Do you like to smoke indoors? Do you like to smoke outdoors, in your car, at a local cigar bar? Where is your preferred smoking location? So, with that, I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.